So that's one thing. But that does not mean that this is not unprecedented, because there are things today which were not there earlier. Very, like AI, for example, and many amazing things. Francis Fukuyama, at the end after the collapse of the Soviet Union, he wrote The End of History. Boy, was he wrong. So yeah, it's a good question, and I think one of the greatest things that Vedanta can bring to the table is this grand view of human nature. If you are literally the infinite, will you be afraid of a few ups and downs in life? No. You'll be like that camel. How many war drums have been beaten on my back? Am I going to Tina se darunga? So we will not be afraid. We will not hate, because we are one. Whom will you hate? Vivekananda says, praiser praised, blamer blamed are but one. Whom to praise, whom to blame? So with that sense of oneness, still you have a sense of what is good and what is bad. And we must continue to work out what is good and resist what is bad, and do it without any sense of enmity or hatred. Only out of a sense of oneness with everybody. And no fear at all. No fear at all. Whom will you be afraid of? What will you be afraid of? You are immortal. Literally so. Yes. Thank you so much. Good question. Yes, on that side.
Swamiji, understand existence.
Tell us your name.
My name is Srinath. Existence is everywhere, I can understand that, because you can see the chairs and space and everything. But how to understand that consciousness is everywhere? Because chair is not having any consciousness, or table is not having consciousness.
Yes.
The same thing for the bliss too.
That's a good question. So when you say existence is everywhere, that seems to be literally true. Because everything exists. Here you are in ocean. You give a nice example like ocean made of water. Similarly, an ocean of existence. Yeah, even empty space exists. So existence is everywhere, but consciousness doesn't seem to be everywhere. In fact, the only place where consciousness seems to be is here, in ourselves. And even more so, if you look very close, if you are very particular, you will find consciousness in only yourself, not even others. Why? Just see now, where are you experiencing consciousness? Within yourself. Swami, what about all of them? Are you experiencing their consciousness? You are experiencing the body. You can see the body. You can listen to their language, what they are saying. You can watch their behavior. If you are a telepath, you can even see their thoughts. But you can never ever experience their consciousness. The way you are feeling conscious now, you can never experience consciousness as an object, because by definition, consciousness is not an object. It is the essence of the subject. So therefore, you can never experience consciousness apart from yourself. So the question is very valid. How would you say there's an ocean of consciousness? No, there's an ocean of matter, of energy, of time, of space. And you can claim, if you want to say it's all existence, you can claim that also. But how can Sri Ramakrishna say it's an ocean of consciousness? How? Alright, this requires a little different way of thinking. Suppose you were, walking along in a park or with your friend, and you see the lake and the sky and the people walking dogs and stuff like that. And you say, yeah, so here is existence, the Swami told me about everything, living and not living. But consciousness is only there in me, right? They're all outside me, and I'm experiencing existence in these ways. But I am only conscious. And the next moment you wake up, sit up in your bed. Oh, that was a dream. And none of them, the friends, the dogs and the sky and the lake, the body also, none of it was outside my mind. It was the dreaming mind which generated all of it. And in that dream world, there was a subject and an object. And the subject seemed to be conscious, and the object seemed to be just existence. But when I wake up, I realize both subject and object were dreamt up by the mind. Now, this is an example. Vedanta says, it makes a huge claim. Right now, everything is not only in existence, it's also in consciousness. The same Bill Conrad I mentioned, he's a physicist. So he said, Swami, it's not true that consciousness is outside there. No. The world exists. And And we are conscious beings, we come and experience the world. The world is not in your consciousness. The world is outside. And it's a common sense approach. That's the materialistic approach. So, and he said, I will prove it to you, Swami. I will put a camera here, and then we will go out of the room, then we will come back into the room, and I will show you the camera with the pictures of empty room. So the room existed. No conscious being. You were not there, I was not there. We came back and we saw the picture of the empty. It proves that the room existed outside your consciousness. Not only when you are seeing it. I said to him, Bill, in your awareness, consciousness, in your awareness, you designed this experiment. In your awareness, you said, Swami, let's go out of the room. In your awareness, you said, Swami, now let's come back into the room. In your awareness, you said, Swami, look at the picture of the empty room. In your awareness. At which point did you step outside your awareness? Even when I say, outside this hall, there is Dallas and there is Texas. And beyond Texas also something is there, though Texans don't agree. There is the United States and the world and the universe. And all of that is outside your... You don't know it, you don't see it. It's all beyond, you don't know anything about it. Right now, here also, you just see this, but you don't see atoms, you don't see bacteria. So they are all outside your knowledge. Outside knowledge is one thing and outside consciousness is another thing. It's another very interesting distinction. Think about it. The question might be, if everything is in consciousness, I should know everything. But no. Known and unknown, both are appearances in consciousness. Tell me, right now, if you say there is a vast unknown universe, I agree with you. This vast unknown universe, who is saying it? Where are they saying it? In consciousness only. People ask, your consciousness and all that is a late comer. Evolution, billions of years, Big Bang, billions of years, then planet Earth, then life, evolution, human beings, and higher animals, nervous systems, then only consciousness has emerged. Where was consciousness all these billions of years? This idea of the universe existing for billions of years without consciousness, where is it being proposed here? In consciousness. What is... So doesn't this go absolutely contrary to science? No. Science will tell you that life evolved over millions of years. And these living beings have evolved like this. And now these are conscious living beings. But suppose, as Vedanta claims, consciousness is a fundamental reality, it exists anyway. Manifested through nervous systems and brains. But it exists by itself. Like time, space, matter, energy. Fundamental reality of the universe. Suppose consciousness is like that. Then consciousness does not depend upon evolution, does not even depend upon living beings. Is it possible? There are people who are taking it seriously now. Vedanta said it thousands of years ago. There are people who are taking it seriously now. I've been talking to some who are scientists, some who are philosophers. Theories of panpsychism, all of these things are coming up now. So consciousness is fundamental, the universe appears in consciousness, therefore the universe is everywhere. The consciousness is everywhere, in that sense. Yes.
Thank you, Swamiji, for explaining the concepts of Advaita Vedanta and Sat-Chit-Anand. I basically wanted to address 2 points that you made during
your name?
Oh, yes. My name is Rudvij, and I wanted to address 2 points. The first thing you mentioned about how atheists and Christians have also acknowledged that Advaita Vedanta is a universal philosophy that is consistent with other religions, other beliefs, and then also the fact that Swami Vivekananda brought his ideas out west because he believes it was more egalitarian and people would be able to perceive it in a similar way. So I was wondering, how do we contend with a different individual perception of divinity, like across religions? And then what would the resulting karma yoga or the actions of someone who understands Sat-Chit-Anand look like? Across, let's say, the borders of religions and personal belief.
Yeah. 2 very good questions. One is about interfaith, and the other one about spiritualizing action on the basis of Vedanta. Very good questions, big questions. I'll just make a couple of observations here. One is that this Vedantic perspective, the way it has been put by Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, one of the results actually is interfaith harmony. If you look at religions from the Vedantic perspective, then what are religions? The Vedantic perspective is you are already that, you have to realize it. Or you can make a variation of that. If you don't like that idea that I am consciousness, I am limitless Brahman and I have to realize I am Brahman, don't like that idea. There are people who don't, they're mentally, their constitution is not for this, something else. So they might say, I am more comfortable with the idea of God. I want to love God. Sri Ramakrishna would say, ask people who came to him, do you want to be sugar or eat sugar? Or taste sugar? You want to be sugar or taste sugar? Those who want to taste sugar, they are the lovers of God. Those who want to be sugar, they are, I am Brahman, the infinite existence, consciousness, bliss. Now all of these religions will become paths to that reality. So instead of being in conflict with each other, they become paths to that reality. Paths are not in conflict. The path is meant to take you somewhere. Why should one path have a conflict with another path? So that's the Sri Ramakrishna's beautiful teaching. Jato mat tato bodh. As many faiths, so many paths. Paths to God, to enlightenment, God realization. So Vedanta itself becomes one more path. Somebody asked me, you are saying this, but fanatics in other religions, will they accept it? My answer is, first you accept it. It is our position. Can I not have a position? A fanatic has a position, my religion is right, you are all wrong. So that's a position, and they have a right to have that position. Can we not have a position of our own? That the way I see my religion and your religion, I can have a view about your religion. The way I see your religion is that it's an equally valid path to enlightenment and freedom. So that's interfaith harmony. And it's not just theoretical. Sri Ramakrishna actually practiced a form of Christianity, a form of Islam, multiple forms within Hinduism, and he came to the conclusion they all work and they all lead to the highest. Then the second one is a very great and underappreciated teaching. Slowly it's becoming clear now. We need a spiritual philosophy of work. If you separate work from spirituality, both will suffer. Work takes up so much of our time and energy, more than ever before. People are very busy. If you leave spirituality out of life, out of work, then there will be very little time and energy left over for spirituality. Because your time and energy is taken up by work. And if you divorce spirituality from work, work will after some time seem meaningless. You see, I've seen very enthusiastic youngsters, interns and all, Wall Street, working 16 hours, 14 hours. Why? They're young, that's all. Wait for 5 years. They'll say it's all meaningless, it's useless. Same job, same 14-hour. So after some time you begin to see $1 more million, $2 million, $3 million, $10 million, or one more promotion, one more award, one more whatever. It doesn't add anymore, diminishing marginal utility. But if it is a method, a yoga, my job is a yoga for me personally to take me to enlightenment, then amazing. It will have meaning for me regardless of what's happening externally. Yeah, very good. Thank you.